As a child, whenever I wrote in a friendship memory book, this dish was always listed as my favorite food, potato gratin, and my love for it hasn't changed since then. Stay tuned. Salam, Nail here. The word gratin originates from the French word for crust and comes from the verb gratter, which means to scrape. It refers to scraping the crust of the baking dish. As you can see, the crust is an essential part of a gratin. A gratin is a dish baked with a golden brown crust, often made from cheese, breadcrumbs, cream, the brown main ingredient itself, or similar elements. Typically, the main ingredients are thinly sliced and layered. Potato gratin needs no introduction. It's classic comfort food and the epitome of soul food. I'll admit, for the longest time, I used to make potato gratin with the help of store-bought ready mixes because I genuinely liked the taste. But as I became more conscious of healthy eating, I wanted to avoid processed products. It took me a long time to recreate the same flavor until I started taking cooking more seriously. That's why I want to share this recipe and video with you. Let's get started. First, let's prepare the cream mixture, as I want to infuse it with flavor. For this, I saute a small finely diced shallot over low-medium heat in 1 tablespoon of butter. Once the shallot turns translucent, I add 1 pressed clove of garlic. Next, I pour in 600 ml of cream and 300 ml of milk. Then I season it with salt, paprika powder, pepper, nutmeg and 2 dried bay leaves. I let the mixture simmer for 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. See you in a bit. Alright, 15 minutes are up. I turn off the heat and add fresh thyme, rosemary and sage. Adding the herbs after turning off the heat helps prevent bitter compounds from being released and ensures the flavors remain balanced. I'll let them steep in the cream for 10 to 15 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll take care of the potatoes. I have about 1 kilogram of potatoes here, which is enough for about 4 people. Don't worry, there's room for seconds, of course. I wash and peel the potatoes, then slice them into thin rounds about 3 to 5 millimeters thick. This is the thickness I personally prefer, but you do you. I remove the herbs from the cream mixture and add the potato slices. I let the potatoes simmer in the pot for about 5 minutes. I gently stir occasionally to release more starch from the potatoes, helping to achieve a creamier consistency. First, I rub my baking dish with a half clove of garlic. Then I grease it with butter. I lay out the potato slices in the dish, working in layers. First the potatoes, then a little cream, and then some Montello cheese. It's a great vegetarian alternative to Parmesan. Once one layer is complete, I add the next layer of potatoes, followed by cream, a little cheese, and then the next layer, continuing until all the potato slices are used up. If you have damaged potato slices, you can hide them at the bottom. Once I reach the top, I pour the remaining cream over, making sure the potatoes are fully covered. Then I cover the dish with a combination of parchment paper and aluminium foil. It goes into a preheated oven at 180 degrees centigrade for about 45 minutes. For the last 15 minutes, I remove the cover and add the cheese on top. Half an hour has passed and I remove the cover from the potatoes. I quickly check with a fork to see how far along the potatoes are. If you can easily pierce all the way to the bottom, the potatoes are done. Mine are almost there. So now I add a generous layer of Montello cheese, followed by a good amount of gouda. I raise the position of the baking tray slightly to help the cheese brown better. At the very end, I place the dish under the broiler without raising the temperature, as the cheese can turn bitter if it's exposed to too much heat, which I personally don't like. Once our dish has developed a beautiful golden color, our potato gratin is ready. And here's how it looks. In hindsight, I could have let the cheese brown for a few more minutes, but it's alright. So I'll let it cool for 10 minutes so the dish sets and becomes easier to eat, as it's way too hot to eat at the moment. In the meantime, I prepare a delicious salad to serve alongside. Alright, my salad is ready, time to plate up. Potato gratin is almost always a visual delight, and it's not easy to make it look bad, but let's see how it tastes. This brings back memories. The potatoes are so tender and so flavorful that this dish might not be enough for 4 people. Thank you for watching, and peace be upon you.